discovered we are not good at deadlines.
But we do like costumes. Yay!
So in honor of our first theme,
Shakespeare.
and us covering Shakespeare's comedy, The Taming of the Shrew, we decided to get out our costumes.
Don't we look cute?
So, we miss you guys. Like we said before, we hope everyone is safe and healthy. What are we on? Quarantine day? I don't freaking care.
We're on pause.
We're on pause. But, as promised, we have watched 3 different versions.
3 movies. We watched them.
Based on The Taming of the Shrew.
Mm-hmm.
We have also read through Taming of the Shrew. And,
we came up with our own conclusions based on Shakespeare's story. It wasn't his original story, that we found out.
apparently I don't like Shakespearean comedies.
Kerri doesn't like Shakespearean comedies.
I do. I'm sorry.
The Riverside does say that Shakespeare's play, The Taming of the Shrew, is better presented as opposed to read some of his works.
And look who's here. So some of you were probably wondering, what is this plot about, Kerri Lynn?
Indian.
Yeah. So,
What was
Ian,
Shakespeare writing?
take it away.
So it was one of Shakespeare's early plays,
1592.
a comedy, actually possibly based on another play. So the basic story is Lucencio
It doesn't freaking matter.
loves Bianca but cannot court her until her shrewish. You know what a shrew is, right?
If not, you can look it up. Just Google
Look
it,
at it.
friends. Just Google it.
Older sister Caterina marries. So the younger one can't get married until the older one marries, okay? The eccentric Petruchio marries the reluctant Caterina and uses a number of tactics to render her an obedient wife.
Nope.
Lucencio marries Bianca in a contest at the end. Oh, lucky her. And Caterina proves to be the most obedient.
Nope. Don't like that. Nope.
Not
nope.
in this day and age.
Nope.
I think some people actually have taken the word obey from their marriage vows. I think we struck the word from our marriage vows.
All right. So now
Only
that
if
you
the
have
husband can obey the
now
wife.
that you have a simple plot, thanks Anne for that. We are going to talk about the different common themes that we have found from each of the movies. And go through what we liked and disliked about it. So
What worked, what didn't work.
absolutely. So
Okay.
I guess we're starting with
Shakespeare. Yeah, it makes more sense.
okay. So this was 1967.
1967. Oh, the movie.
The movie
Yes.
version that we are actually so the movie version we saw was the Franco Zeferelli adaptation with Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton and a very attractive Michael York.
Michael York.
Oh,
It was his first movie, I
my.
think. Yes. Didn't we look up? It was his first movie.
Delicious.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway.
Do you have your notes?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have your notes?
I have my notes.
Okay.
Look at me.
So would you like to start with the characters?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, unlike other versions, we find Bianca first, the daughter, the young virginal, wearing blue with a white veil. She has a lady in waiting. She's surrounded by dozens of men and everything, and you're just like, what?
You're sweet.
Something like that. And of course, the young Michael York is like, I burn, I pine, I perish, which is a common theme in every adaptation we watched. So we'll get back to that momentarily. So he decides he's going to tutor Bianca. We don't actually meet Kate. She's called Kate in this version. Until like maybe 10 or 15 minutes in, and
A lot of exposition.
absolutely maybe too much for my taste, but nonetheless, that Kate is portrayed by the amazingly talented, and I didn't realize she was this good of an actress, Elizabeth Taylor.
Yep.
Who-
She learned something.
I did, who not only has her own costume designer, but her own makeup and hair crew on set.
She gets the big bucks.
The girl had too much smoky eye, that's all I'm going to say.
Mm.
So besides the fact that she is amazing, they show Kate as being this constantly angry, screaming itch.
So she did a good Shakespeare portrayal of the character. She was the shrew.
I'm a little
job.
bit concerned though, because there was a scene where she literally threw Bianca up against the wall and was physically beating her, and I feel as though there was a little bit too much abuse. Is it fair for me to say?
We really have a backstory on her and why she's so angry.
Or
There's no mother in the story.
well,
Father seems to favor Bianca.
well, because she's virginal and pretty
Rivalry?
and virtuous.
I don't know.
Yeah. All I know is, so what we see Richard Burton, who is
Petruchio.
yes, he comes like halfway through the movie and he's sloppy and grotesque and like drunkard, like beyond belief. And he says that he is a proud-minded, I was born to tame you, Kate. That's my guy voice. To me, maybe it's because it is Shakespeare, I do feel that Petruchio is a lot like Falstaff. Oh yeah, I went there. Shakespeare. So, my biggest complaint with this movie, how many loots do you need to destroy in a film? Those are expensive instruments.
There were a lot of loots that were destroyed.
Be kind to instruments, folks. Oh, my heart. Anne, what do you have to say about the film?
Well, I think there was a nice role reversal
Okay.
that took place in the film, in the story. Kate starts out as this angry, aggressive woman, and he tames her, marries her, tames her. Most of you, if you don't know the story, basically he does it through withholding food and comforts. But
then
so she comes down, and then when she is going to be able to dress up for her sister's wedding, Petruchio shows her all these lovely gowns and accessories and accoutrements for the wedding, and then he starts ripping everything up like a madman. So you see a role reversal. She's watching him break and have this tantrum. So maybe that gives her an opportunity to look within herself and see the kind of person she used to be. That's what we took from it.
It was very interesting to see the role reversal, and he definitely, like, he destroyed everything.
And she did say at the end at her sister's wedding that wives, we should love our husbands and appreciate what they have for us. And I think it was more of on an even platform, wife and husband.
In her last statement, she says, I won the battle. God give you good night. So that was very fascinating. Do I feel that she's being submissive towards the end? Yeah. But then again, that's just me and my feminist viewpoint.
1500, so, things have changed.
Things have definitely changed.
We only got the vote 100 years ago, so give it time.
100.
So,
all right, yeah.
So the music was basically instrumental, the lute, the various wooden flutes. It was music that we expected to hear, that was woven throughout.
Well, again, the director of this adaptation, Franco Zeferelli, he started in opera productions, and actually, if you go to the Met when it's back open, his production of La Boheme is still being performed, and I've watched it twice now, and he's very good about settings and how everything should be in the historical context and all. So he did a good job with the music.
I thought it was a beautiful movie. I really
Beautiful.
did.
I mean, I wasn't
It was a good version.
bored.
It was a good version.
It was a good version.
The fight scenes were quite a bit.
A little intense.
Yeah.
Little,
it was good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah.
And again, watching Shakespeare, see it come to life.
Yeah.
Anybody can understand it. So
Yeah.
we'll move to the next one.
On to the next.
Yes! Kiss me.
What's our next one?
Kiss me, Kate!
You're not singing. So this one's a musical that was from 1953 by MGM. And the plot is a play within a play. So the great masterminds or whoever they are at the very beginning, they don't really say who they are. They're like, hey, we're going to put on a Broadway musical called Kiss Me, Kate, and it's based off of
The Taming of the Shrew
by Shakespeare. So, of course, we are dealing with the 4 pivotal characters once again. However, this time they are actors.
Actors in the theater.
So we have Petruchio, who is
Fred Graham.
Fred Graham is the character who is portrayed by
Howard Keel,
who later was in Dallas.
Did you know that?
Interesting.
The TV show.
And he is trying to make sure that he can get this amazingly sensational actress by the name of Lily Vanessa to portray Kate on stage.
Played by
the incomparable lyric coloratura, Catherine Grayson. And every time I hear her, I go, how? Why? Well, I mean, not that,
it's
but
not a musical theater to have that voice.
I mean, you know,
that's incredible.
That's incredible.
Yes,
that's incredible.
Then the dancer Ann Miller. She's known to tap 500 taps a minute.
Yes. So she is Bianca, but her character's name is Lois Lane, which I feel they just stole that from
Does
Spider-Man.
that sound familiar?
No, Superman. 1938 was when Lois Lane first was in the comic, so
I wonder if they had to pay royalties on that.
you wonder.
I don't know.
Oh.
And then we had some unknown for Bill.
Yeah. The guy actually ended up becoming a huge opera singer later in life.
He saw the light.
He saw the light.
So while Kerri's looking that up, the play
Tommy Rale?
So the story is actually based on a real life on stage, off stage battle of actor and actress, husband and wife team Alfred Lunt and Lynn Fontaine.
Isn't that fascinating?
Isn't it fun?
Yeah. So again, the actual Shakespearean theme is not really there. Although let's talk about the dowry.
The
dowry. So clearly no one's really getting married in this particular version, and it's the 1950s. So who the hell uses a dowry? So instead, Lois's boyfriend or partner, Bill, he's getting in trouble with some gambling issues.
Get a damn gambler's debt.
Of $1,200?
Something like that.
I mean, that's pretty high for 1950s, yo. What are you gambling? What? So, these random gangsters show up, and they hold their guns, like, really weirdly, and
they become a part of the play on stage too, which is hilarious.
I guess.
The play continues, and there's a lot of musical numbers, a lot of dance numbers. Kerri thought there were too many.
I'm sorry, it was just too much dancing for my taste. I will say, we open the entire movie with So in Love, strange dear, but true dear, when I'm close to you, dear. But
our favorite.
No, but they never ever use that song ever again. So
No?
I'm like perplexed by that. Our personal favorite. What is that?
What is any Tom, Dick, or Harry? Call me Tom, Harry, or Dick.
A dick,
a dick, a dick, a dick, a dick, a dick, a dick. Cole Porter, what were you thinking?
I know what I'm thinking.
Moving right along.
Okay, then.
The costumes were gorgeous, so colorful.
Wunderbar, wunderbar.
And the music, it was good. A lot of numbers, though. So, in summation,
too much dancing for my taste as a frustrated dancer trapped in a singer's body. Look, I love dancing, but oh my God, the plot is so freaking basic.
It is basic.
The squabbles, the fights.
Let us know if you have anything that you want to add to it. We're moving on to the next movie, which one is next? Which movie?
This one is near and dear to my heart. 10 Things I Hate About You, which is a 1999 teen comedy. Written by 2 women. The screenplay was written by Karen McCullum Lutz, sorry if I say that wrong, and Kristen Smith. So again, huzzah for women!
Yay, women!
Oh! So this one not only takes the story of Taming of the Shrew, but they are also dealing with the high school cliques, in addition to some teen peer pressure, and of course,
teen peer pressure,
teenage love.
Love.
Anyway, so the story takes place at Padua High School. Hey, look at that Shakespearean theme right in there. So we have our Cat is Katerina, or Cat, not Kate in this version, portrayed by Julia Stiles, and she is a staunch feminist, but Miss Perky, the guidance counselor, says she's a heinous bitch.
Kat does come across as an angry young teen, but she's very intelligent.
Very intelligent. And then we have Patrick Verona, who is our Petruchio, and we always say his name wrong.
Close enough.
Close enough. So that's where we get the Verona from, because he is from Verona.
Oh, that's right.
He's perceived as a criminal.
As a bad boy.
Oh, he's smoking.
They just don't know him because he moved to the high school.
He moved to the high school and he has an Australian accent. Anyway.
Rest in peace.
So then we have Bianca, who is severely basic. And
she's popular.
she even says, I happen to like being adored, thank you. So, she has two suitors. So we have Joey Donner, who is a model and has lots of money, and he's the meat of the story. And Andrew Keegan, I don't even know if you act anymore. He ends up being the backer who pays Patrick off to date Kat. However, the Lucentio is portrayed by, his name is Cameron, which I don't understand why they used a name like that, but that is Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
So the father isn't involved in the dowry or payment at all in the story. At all,
but he is very much intense about who dates his daughters.
He's overbearing in a sense. He allows them some independence, but they can't date. He's a gynecologist. He's always telling how he delivers. He's up to his elbows in placentas. He doesn't want his daughters pregnant.
What are the 2 rules? No dating till you graduate. No dating till you graduate. That's it. Then he changes the rule that Bianca can date as soon as Kat does.
And Kat is the shrew, right?
And she, she doesn't really want to. She doesn't care. So
what about the music?
My goodness, can we talk about the music? So you know how it's going to end. I will, before we talk about the music, I do want to say that the movie kind of switches a bit, and it more becomes about Bianca and Cameron. And Bianca stands up against Joey and punches him in the face.
So there's some role reversal.
There's a lot of role reversal and a lot of happy feminist huzzah moments. It does get a little slow in parts, but I mean, it's a teen comedy, so what do you expect? I mean,
teen love.
Whatever.
2 lovebirds.
Everyone's happy, everyone ends up together, blah, 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 just like in Taming of the Shrew, except with music. So, let's talk about the music. So, 1990s indie rock of the female persuasion. We are dealing with, of course, the great Letters to Cleo.
And the song that they play on that is called I Want You to Want Me.
If you don't know the
song. Which is a Cheap Trick song. And I want you to want me.
If you don't know the song.
Just think about it. I want you to want me.
But I guess the biggest.
With the show.
I guess the biggest thing. Well.
3 movies.
Over 7 hours.
Probably.
We watched it all for you so you didn't have to, and took vigorous notes, which I think was utterly pointless.
Yeah.
So in conclusion, what were they thinking? Seriously now.
Right?
Shakespeare, this is the most basic comedy you have created. I loathe it for many different reasons. I don't know how I survived watching 3 adaptations of it.
You've grown. What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie of all time?
Nope.
Oh,
from the 3.
So
Which
from
one
the
did you
3?
like? Yes.
I mean, look, there are some parts of the adaptation Taming of the Shrew that I really enjoyed. However, I'm still going to take it back to 10 Things I Hate About You, because that shaped me as a human being.
Yeah.
I mean, pivotal journey.
My favorite, you'll be surprised, I really like The Taming of the Shrew with Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor.
I thought you were going to go with the musical.
I know. I love my
MGM.
MGM taught me how to be a singer.
Oh.
But I really enjoyed enjoyed. So thank you, Shakespeare 1 and 2 classes. I really enjoyed it. So
next week, we promise it's actually going to be a little bit easier.
she thinks.
I hope.
What good is this we go along? Thank you, COVID-19, right?
Okay, so in conclusion, maybe next time let's not start with such a hefty theme of
Lighter
Shakespeare.
theme. You can let us know if you have a favorite theme. We've got a couple that we're already thinking of, but
you can see our
feel
next
free.
few episodes and what we're planning on doing.
Stay tuned.
I will continue ranting as always, but we love you and we miss you and we send you love and happiness and stay safe, friends. Stay at home.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.